In today's video, I want to take you guys through some free stuff you can get on the PlayStation Store right now in regards to Mafia. Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition have just dropped. You might already own Mafia 3 because it was a PlayStation Plus title all the way back in August of 2018. Well, now you can pick up some DLC for that game right now, and on top of that, I want to take you guys through a plethora of super cheap PlayStation 4 game deals. A lot of good stuff available right now, dirt cheap, so we'll go over that in just a little bit. But as I mentioned at the top, Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition, yes, they have received a stealth release today. Mafia 2 is the one game that I highly recommend you guys to play. A lot of you guys probably missed out on that back on the PlayStation 3 and 360. Well, now you can revisit it on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in glorious, better visuals, 4K I believe, and it should be looking a lot better. Well, Mafia 3, while I don't think it was as good of a game as Mafia 2, I still thought it was a relatively decent game, and Mafia 3 DLC content pack is available free on the PlayStation Store. So what do you get with this? Well, download the Mafia 3 Definitive Edition content pack, and it includes all previously released Mafia 3 DLC, weapons, and vehicle packs. That includes DLC 1 Faster Baby, DLC 2 Stones Unturned, DLC 3 Signs of the Times, Family Kickback Weapons and Vehicles pack, Judge Jerry Executioner Weapons pack as well. This is part 3 of the Mafia Crime Saga 1968, New Bordeaux, Los Angeles. This is part 3 of the Mafia Crime Saga 1968, New Bordeaux, Louisiana. Of course, it's a recreation of New Orleans, an open world game. Didn't think Mafia 3 was as good as Mafia 2, but I still thought it was a decent enough game that is worthwhile to play, and right now you can get the content pack to extend the experience for free. Alright, moving on to some paid deals, some really good deals. Over on Best Buy, we've got Watch Dogs 2 Standard Edition. It is $12 off for just $7.99. This is cheaper than the best PlayStation Store deals I've seen on this game, and Watch Dogs 2, I've always said, is a very good game. If you're not completely sold on this, do note there's a 3-hour demo available on the PlayStation Store. Check that out, and it hopefully will sell you on the game. I thought Watch Dogs 2 was a considerable improvement over Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 1 thematically I thought was so good, however it did have some shortcomings with its content. I thought Watch Dogs 2 fleshed out a lot of the content. While some people might not be as in tune with some of the character elements and things of that nature, I thought the gameplay elements were a lot stronger in Watch Dogs 2, and for $7.99 definitely worth a buy. Would highly recommend that, especially ahead of the release of Watch Dogs Legion that should be coming out later this year. Also, Far Cry 4 down to $7.99, another tremendous deal. It's Far Cry at the end of the day. You don't need to fix what isn't broken, and Far Cry's kind of lived by that motto. The games are always relatively good open-world action shooters with a plethora of content to tackle. Far Cry 4 is no different. It has a pretty good story, it has very good gameplay, and the open world, again, is packed with content, so definitely give that a look for $7.99. I do think that is a really good buy. Also, Assassin's Creed Odyssey Standard Edition. It is $35 off for just $14.99. Really good buy there. Would recommend it, even if I'm not the biggest fan of AC Odyssey. Look, it seems like I'm in the minority of not liking this game as much as a lot of other people, so objectively, if we just want to assess this as a deal, $14.99 for AC Odyssey, I would say, is pretty good. Although, if you are comfortable with buying digital releases, I would highly recommend you to check out Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Gold Edition. I believe that's on sale right now for like $25, and that'll get you like all the DLC as well. The deal might have actually just expired, so unfortunately that might not be a possibility, but guess what? Days of Play is coming up, and it'll definitely be on sale as a part of that. It's just something to note, because with the Gold Edition, you get AC Odyssey, the base game, you get all the DLC, and then you get Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered as well. That deal is just pretty insane, and even as someone that isn't a big fan of this game, I'll concede that that is a pretty ridiculous deal. Alright, last deal over on a Best Buy. Baldurs Gate Enhanced Edition and Baldurs Gate 2 Enhanced Edition bundle is down to $21.99. Now, this released at a ridiculously high price point. I don't remember if it was $39.99 or $49.99, but it was ridiculously expensive. Now down to $22. I think it's a much better buy. These are classic RPGs that, you know, maybe they've aged a little bit, but if you're a fan of old school RPGs that were released on, you know, the PC and things of that nature, I really do think you're going to enjoy Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Of course, Baldur's Gate 3 is in development, but we'll see what platforms that ultimately does release on, because at this point, we don't know if it's going to be coming to PlayStation. Nevertheless, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 for $22, I think is a pretty good buy. Staying on that trend, over on Amazon, you can get Planescape Torment as well as Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition down to $19.99. Now, this released at $49.99, which was just ridiculous. This contains both games. Planescape Torment has you explore the furthest and most bizarre reaches of the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse, filled with strange magic, talking weapons, philosophical undead, and more. Icewind Dale, originally released in 2000, Icewind Dale is a Dungeons & Dragons tactical isometric role-playing game set in the legendary Forgotten Realms. At $49.99, way too expensive. I don't know why they thought they could get away with that. Maybe it sold relatively well, I don't know. But at $19.99, if you have been wanting to jump back into these games, definitely worth a buy. Now, obviously, these games are very much of an old school style. It's not like they've been completely remade from the ground up. They are enhanced. However, you have to keep your expectations in line if you're checking these games out for the first time ever. They are classic RPGs, and fundamentally, they work as good as ever, but visually, obviously, when you're talking about games that released in the early 2000s, it is gonna lack a little bit, comparatively speaking, to the RPGs of now and just the games of now from a technical standpoint, but fundamentally, again, from a gameplay standpoint, they do work quite well. Alright, Kingdom Hearts All-in-One package is down to $39.99. This isn't even all of Kingdom Hearts. Yes, it's unfortunate. What it does have is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, so that includes a bunch of the games. You got Kingdom Hearts 2.8 in there, and it's rounded out by Kingdom Hearts 3. It's 10 Kingdom Hearts experiences. However, what is the main thing this is missing? Kingdom Hearts 3's DLC, Remind, and that DLC is pretty substantial. It's a $25 DLC piece, so this isn't the all-in-one package, and you know that in the coming months, maybe a year down the line, that Kingdom Hearts, the real complete edition that you have been waiting decades for, will be out, and then by that point, they'll probably reveal another spin-off Kingdom Hearts game. So is it really the all-in-one collection at that point either? They'll just continue to do this over and over again. Honestly, I find it a little bit humorous. Nevertheless, if you're looking to get into Kingdom Hearts, this is a very good way to do so. It's got everything in this package outside of the Remind DLC, and the games themselves are pretty good. I wasn't as big on Kingdom Hearts 3 as I was on some of the earlier titles. Games like Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 2, those two titles in particular really stand out to me. Kingdom Hearts 1 does show its age a little bit, but still a very enjoyable title, and if you have affinity towards those Disney characters, then there's a lot of nostalgia to be had as well. Also, the Final Fantasy characters in the earlier Kingdom Hearts titles, a lot of affinity to be had there. Divinity Original Sin 2 is on Amazon for $19.99. Many consider this to be literally the best RPG of all time. I don't go that far. I do think it's a very good game. I think some of the reaction to this game is a little bit hyperbolic. However, I will concede it's an amazing game and take the opinion of so many more other people than just mine. I had a great time with it. If you can play this with a couple of friends, you can go online with up to 4 players. It's an even more enjoyable experience that way, but if you want to play it solo, there's a lot of depth to the game, and you can definitely enjoy it. This is a game with an incredible amount of replayability as well, and you can invest so many hours into this game. We're talking north of 100, 200 hours, multiple playthroughs that is just going to make you come back for more, and this Definitive Edition includes a plethora of other content that wasn't in the base game as well, so definitely for $19.99, as far as RPGs go, this is a really, really good one. And lastly, I do want to note over on GameStop, they are still running their buy two, get two free sale. There is a lot of good stuff that you can pick up with this sale. I see Dark Souls 3 for $9.99, so it's buy two, get two on used games at $9.99 or less. But if you actually mix and match, you can get some really good stuff. Essentially, 4 games for $20 at $5 a piece. So Dark Souls 3, that's $9.99, essentially getting that for $5. Infamous Second Son, essentially $5. Evil Within 2, essentially $5. Mafia 3, you can essentially get that for $5. Prey, $5. Dishonored 2, $5. Dragon Age Inquisition, $5. Far Cry 4, $5. You guys get the idea. Shadow of War, $5. If you really mix and match, you can get some really, really good deals. South Park The Fractured But Whole is another one that I see that you can get for $5, and they have a plethora of games on Xbox One, 360, and PlayStation 3. I mean, I'm seeing games like Portal 2 on the 360, that's pretty cool. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. Monster Hunter World is down to $9.99, that's kind of crazy. Need for Speed Most Wanted on PS3. Pokken Tournament on the Wii U, that's there as well. So some good stuff there that I did want to give a mention to. I do also see Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue standalone, so you can get it that way as well. Just Cause 3. UFC 2 is there. Little Big Planet 2 on the PS3. I see Star Wars The Force Unleashed, that's a bit of a throwback. Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on the 360, Battlefield Hardline, so some cool stuff there, and if you mix and match, you can get some interesting pickups, so I wanted to give that a mention. You always have to be a little bit cautious with GameStop because they don't actually let you know if you're going to get the game with the case and the manual, so that's always a little bit of a crapshoot, which is unfortunate, but still, with the deals that you're getting, maybe you're willing to forego that. Also, gotta give a shout to my favorite game of all time that you guys always hate on me for mentioning, The Order 1886, $9.99. $14.99, essentially $5, whereas my order 1887, that game, I enjoyed it a lot more than a lot of other people, but yes, it was not worth $60. Nevertheless, that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Mafia 3 DLC content pack free on the PlayStation Store. Do check that out. And a lot of great deals. Links to everything will be in the description box below. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.